Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrading-solutions.com on a Friday. This is 26 April. Um, yeah, Microsoft and Google were the main event. Core PCE, which was slated to be the main event, it turns out to be a non-event because I think largely a lot of that was kind of already priced into the market. Now, so let's get right into the charts again. Subscribe to the newsletter. I'm going to put together another class. Stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the newsletter. I'll be writing about some interesting stuff this weekend. So go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter. Okay, let's get right into the charts. Not a lot really. Had a lot of movement this week. Ended up a little bit slightly higher than we started. So let's go ahead and start with the S&P. We had all of the movement. We had a sell-off yesterday with the GDP numbers, and that was quickly recovered, as we saw here. So we had that potential sell-off here. Still was looking for that. That's the week ago low, let's call it the Iran-Israeli low here. And I thought maybe we possibly would test that. We're coming up against some levels up here, but generally, you know, these over the last couple of weeks, we've gotten nowhere really. I mean, that was the prior week's high. We just took that out. So we ended up at the higher end of the range here, and today's was just a mess, just nothing going on. Similar with the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is coming right up against some levels here, and you know what really carried the low. You know, we had the sell-off from Meta and the GDP, which was quickly recovered with the Microsoft and Google earnings, and now we're sitting right up against that area here. Whether we push through that and get up to the 18K, which is the breakdown point, we'll see next week. Dow similarly, just big back and forth. Kind of was looking at that guy right there, but never quite got down to that area right along here, and now we're kind of trying to bounce off of that right there. So overall, you know, very, you know, pretty nice swings, but no follow through. I would just call this a lot of choppy, kind of choppy trading for the last couple of, you know, now going on 2 weeks after that big, strong recovery up to here, and then a nice strong pullback, and now we're back up again. So you got to be super nimble on that. That had a pretty nice move down, but nothing worth writing home about. Yeah, pretty much Russell, just again, not a lot going on there with the Russell. And bonds also look like they were going to go higher. They are pausing at 470. We got the issuance next week. We've got a Fed meeting. And so, you know, maybe rates are headed to 5. We don't know that. So also the dollar back and forth. You know, the story on the currencies is still the Japanese yen, just literally just, you know, talk about a falling knife to nowhere. Who knows how low that's going to go. I do believe Bank of Japan is going to come in and intervene at some point, but for now, all the momentum guys are probably having a party, you know, any short momentum, but you still have to be looking over your shoulders because of, you know, potential Bank of Japan intervention. So other than that, really, gold, the metals, just real quick, nothing, just chopping around. Even copper stalled out after having these nice moves in copper. It's kind of stalling out. Still, you know, fairly strong, but you know, again, it's been in a very kind of choppy, kind of upward motion. Not a lot going on. On the grains, notable again, the wheat market, you know, had a nice move, not to any, you know, again, just bunch of resistance up here, right? It looks like it hit this resistance, got some pullback areas here, down to 6 a bushel. But that nice move is maybe the beginning of something bigger. So we'll see what happens with that. And that pretty much sums it up. So to kind of recap, we've had a lot of movement, earnings taking a big role. Next week, we've got Amazon, which will probably move the market again, similar to what Meta and Google and Microsoft did today. And then at Thursday, we have Apple, which again, another big mover, possibly into the averages. So going to be an interesting week again. And then we got non-farm payrolls at the end of the day as we start the new month of May, ending on, April ends on Tuesday. And then we got the new month with the Fed meeting on May 1. So overall, been a challenging environment. You got to play the big moves and no follow through. So kind of range trading more or less. Be nimble when you take your trades and don't expect any follow through moves in any big direction. If you're doing that, then you can take advantage of these moves. Okay. All right. Again, subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Take care.